This video is not meant for children and is brought to you by support from Patreon. Hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is the Outer Worlds. We're right back where we left off here in the, sadly departed sheriff's office, and I wanted to hear this.
Greetings, criminal. This unit would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit. Please explicate your defense into this unit's recording equipment.
My permit wasn't expired, Scrappy. You probably just scanned it wrong.
Error. Unit's permit reading equipment was updated only last week. Please tell a different lie.
Tell a different... You're a mechanical. You ain't got the foggiest idea whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Correct. Criminal. However, Constable Keene has decreed that this unit will remain here, questioning you every minute until you submit a confession. Error. Information.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that particular log, so we'll just let it be.
Error. Information on recent exchange lost. Restarting conversation. Greetings, criminal. This unit. Criminal.
Oh, man.
This
It's starting
unit
over.
would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit.
You know what? My permit was fake after all. Let me out of here.
Well, that's an interesting twist. Yeah, I can see why that guy got frustrated. Just... wow. Alright, back to the hotel to talk to the chef. We're very slowly getting all this information together. Or not. Okay. This rock garden thing. Huh. Have never noticed this before, and it's rather lovely. Alright, back inside.
And I bet you believed Halcyon Helen's death was the worst part of all this. What?
Okay. The chef, he's back here, right? Right? Spencer Woolrich, what? Confront Spencer. Oh, Spencer Woolrich, not the chef, yeah.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Thanks. VIP guest floor, please.
If you see Black Hole Birdie, be sure to get an autograph for me. Just joking. I've already got one.
Alright. This way. Sup, Slug? Mr. Woolrich?
You're here. I hope you have the Photon Proto-Distributor, or we're never leaving this damn facility. That was from the Twin Spies. I played a sentient mechanical. Ask me anything at all. I might even give you a straight answer.
Well, I've learned a thing or two about your activities at the hotel.
Oh? Have you now? Please do go on. Don't leave me in suspense.
Let's see. I have security footage of you tampering with Helen's last meal.
Tampering? No. I just happened to be passing through the kitchen and saw a dish that looked good. If being hungry is a crime, you better indict 3/4 of Halcyon.
Alright. What was it you wanted with a petroray bile gland?
What? That damn bellhop promised discretion. Well, if you must know, it's an appetite suppressant. How do you think I keep my form so lithe? Terror ray glands keep me from feeling hunger pangs.
If the petroray gland was an appetite suppressant, you wouldn't be hungry. You wouldn't be hungry if you took it.
Oh, well, there's... maybe I just wanted to see what was in it. Oh, law. What a pathetic defense. As it so happens, I may not have had the terror ray gland acquired for personal use. I may have placed it in Bellamy's meal. But before you indict me, please, just listen. I wasn't trying to kill her.
Talk.
I will. Terror ray glands aren't supposed to be lethally poisonous. They're supposed to cause extreme lethargy, as if you'd inhaled several quarts of Spectrum vodka. She would have had to eat 6 or 7 of the glands to die, and even then it would be an extended, arduous process.
You really seem like a toxicologist. Maybe you played one on, the Aether Wave?
No, really, you must listen. I wasn't trying to kill Bellamy. I only wanted her to be incapacitated during the Brown unveiling. With her out of commission, the next available celebrity, myself, would get to host the unveiling. Please think twice about telling the administrator of my misdeeds. If he learns the truth, what's left of my career will be left in shambles.
I'm telling him the truth.
What will happen when all of the great actors are gone, Inspector? Who will replace us? No one. That's who. There will be nothing on the Aether Waves but serials starring mechanicals. I hope it's worth it.
Yep. Alright. Journal. What's next? Okay, report. Report. Track down. We did track her down. Okay, cool. So let's go upstairs and report then. I heard the... Oh, hello.
Timeline discrepancy detected. This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances. Chemical analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terroray, blood, terroray, unidentifiable biological fluids, terroray.
Huh. Were these substances added later?
Yes, Inspector. Logical analysis indicates these substances were not present in the bottle's original contents.
Is it toxic?
These substances cause extreme gastrointestinal distress in humans. Large doses can be fatal. This bottle contained Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. The presence of terroray biological fluids may have significantly improved its flavor.
Nah. Let's move on. Alright. Glad I'm getting more acute and keen to the discrepancy device noises. What the? Oh, right. Okay.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Thanks. To the penthouse suite.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Okay. This away. Administrator.
Inspector, I've just received word that Constable Keene is dead. Please tell me it isn't true.
She was murdered in her office.
Halcyon Helen, Leora Blossom, Maria Keene. There's a murderer on the loose, Inspector. You must stop them. I don't have Maria to count on anymore, so I'm counting on you.
Whoever murdered her used the Needler.
The Needler was among Helen's belongings. Whoever stole it must have been able to slip in and out of the hotel. Maria was my sole representative in Cedric's territory. The entire hotel staff is on his payroll. Any one of them could have killed her on his behalf.
Was she important to you?
Maria devoted her entire life to our vision. She was absolutely committed to our company, to our project. I promised myself I'd reward her after we launched Spectrum Brown. I'd make sure she was comfortable for the rest of her life. She was also our voice of reason. She was sensible, and I appreciated her advice. I never got to tell her that.
I checked her terminal. Why were you tampering with Burbage 3001?
Why were you going through Maria's terminal?
Because I'm the law-damned inspector. Now answer the question.
Any upgrades to valuable automechanicals must be authorized by me. I'm the administrator. And you need to focus on the hunt for Helen's killer. Was there anything else?
I managed to track down Black Hole Birdie.
I'm pleased to hear that. Birdie Holcomb is a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers property. When Helen was murdered, Birdie was nowhere to be found. The timing of his disappearance is unfortunate.
Birdie's something of a character. He's harmless, but he's harmless. I feel a little bad for him.
Try not to feel too bad for him. Birdie is a brilliant athlete. The universe has balanced his talent by making him a slackwit.
Go easy on him. He just lost the love of his life.
I don't understand what it was that Helen saw in Birdie. Whatever it was, she seemed to trust him implicitly. He was always on his best behavior around her. Or he tried. I'm not a heartless man, Inspector. I know that losing Helen must have shaken Birdie to his core. Be plain with me, Inspector. Do you believe Black Hole Birdie killed Helen?
I really don't.
I'm relieved to hear that. I happen to be something of a fan of the hack attack. I'd hate to see him processed for murder, but we need to be absolutely sure. I'd like you to continue your investigation. Notify me as soon as you're ready to make a formal accusation.
Okay. Birdie, by the way, Birdie agreed to stay at the Grand Colonial.
I appreciate that. I'd rather keep Birdie within the public eye than let him languish in a bar at the docks. If you're through investigating Birdie, I recommend looking into Cedric Kincannon. He's been entirely too comfortable since we began this investigation. I don't trust Cedric when he's comfortable.
I've completed my investigation of Helen's poisoning.
Excellent. I trust you have a name for our poisoner.
Spencer Woolrich.
Oh, I am disappointed. I'd always believed Mr. Woolrich a man of high character. It pains me to order the arrest and detention of someone I admired. I'd like you to continue investigating Helen's murder. You've found the poisoner, but her killer remains at large.
I've finished my investigation into the Prophet of Profitability.
Ms. Leyva earned that title, but not for the reasons you'd expect. The Prophet business has been profitable for the hotel. Not so much for Ms. Leyva's followers. So, tell me, what did you find?
She's clearly in over her head.
Really? What makes you say that?
She's worried. She thinks her enemies are trying to blackmail her.
You're saying she was paranoid. Interesting. I'll have to make a note of her psychological state in my report. Does the Prophet strike you as a reasonable candidate for Helen's murderer?
Alright. I'm still considering maybe she needs to be detained until I'm done with my investigation.
Arresting the Prophet could spell the end of her career. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Thank you for the update, Inspector. I'll include everything you've told me in my official report.
And I'll be back. Okay, so I want to look at the journal. Name the murderer, if you're ready. Speak to Cedric, and I guess I talk to her again? I don't know. Alright. Examine. Alright. Examine the board more closely. Something is rotten on Eridanos. With every step of your investigation, you come closer to the truth. Okay. Suspects. Who could have killed Helen, and what's their motive? Okay. Bertie Holcomb. The Holmeister. The Hack Attack. Bertie was dating Helen at the time of the death. Could be the hot-headed hacker. That could be cold-blooded killer. Tossball stick. A ruined picnic at the Purpleberry Orchard. A tossball stick was snapped in half. Were they arguing? Did Bertie lose his temper? Examine the stick. No, it's the same one. Okay. Come on. Alright. Other suspects. What could be their motives? Spencer Woolrich. Sporting actor, Colony's leading woman, was Halcyon Helen's old rival responsible for her, or sending her into retirement. Maybe. Okay. We got the security footage. Hotel kitchen. Chef Amber was looking away. Spencer Woolrich has been tampering with Helen's food. Good to know. And the invoice. Request made by hotel guests, including a list. A curious request for petroray gland. Or terroray. Yeah. Come on. Alright. Other suspects. Let's check out Burbage 3001. Most sophisticated acting automechanical since Burbage 3000. If an automechanical lacks sentience, but they can truly be guilty of murder. Or was 3001 merely an accessory? Prop gun. Repurposed weaponry is commonly featured in Colony's automechanicals. As an acting automechanical, 3001's equipment may frequently be upgraded or replaced to suit roles. You learn that 3001's most recent upgrade performed by Spencer Woolrich. And his maintenance log. Frequent Burbage 3001 no exception. The maintenance logs were nearly destroyed. The remnant suggested someone had accessed 3001's overrides, then an attempt to destroy the records. Alright. Looking at the profit or profitability. For seminars on wealth, prosperity, and other and the alignment of one's humors are attract wealthy Byzantines to Eridanos. Does the heart of a vicious killer lurk beneath this spiritual veneer? Examine her brochures. Join us? Uh-huh. No, says Gemini, your humors must be realigned with the profitable currents of the universe. Come on. It's difficult to imagine why Helen may have held the prophet in contempt. Examine the personal note. The prophet properly displays a curious bouquet of herbs in their therapy sessions. These herbs run the gamut from bizarre to exotic. They all share the one quality. The side effects are highly unpleasant and potentially fatal. Other suspects? Come on. Okay. Ludovico. Not on the board, but Administrator Quentin Ludovico, head of Rizzo's operations. And the atmospheric complex. Does Ludovico know more than he lets out? Does he have a hand in Helen's murder? Hey, mascot. You died. Tossball team. He was in your room searching through Helen's belongings. Come on. Take a step back. Something rotten on Eridanos. With every step of your investigation, you come closer to the truth. After Helen's murder, authorities placed a lockdown on all incoming and departing spacecraft. You are, as far as you know, the only exception. Alright. Profit and Profitability holds a retreat in the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Not that far from the hotel, wealthy patrons are encouraged to enjoy the hotel's amenities. when they're not busy purging themselves of harmful, unprofitable humors gathering in their anatomy. And then there's the spaceport. Business end of Sublight Underground. Something of a misnomer. The Sublight Underground's operations are about as high above ground as any location in Halcyon. Purple Berry Orchards. That place is a nightmare now. Are responsible for growing and cultivating Rizzo's priority purple berry, an essential ingredient in the majority of Rizzo's confections and beverages. Rizzo's workers seem uncomfortably happy all the time. Research and Development Lab. RR&DD Lab, formerly known by, operated by Dr. Blossom. But when you arrived, something had driven the lab technicians into a violent frenzy. Step back. So much information. Consider all the additional evidence. Loose ends, critical clues, or red Saltuna. Model Needler Gun. This is an exact replica of the Needler. Helen's signature weapon. You discover traces of chemical in Helen's upturned luggage. Someone removed the Needler from her belongings. Yeah, and then used it to kill someone. And the bottle of Spectrum Brown. Spectrum Brown, Brazil's newest flavor of Spectrum Vodka, or a disaster waiting to happen. At the bottom of each bottle lies the corpse of a parasitic life form, guaranteed to enhance the flavor and improve your mood. Yick. Alright, well, there's a lot to consider. I'm gonna have to, try to figure all this out. There's no obvious answer here. I mean, I kinda like that, but still quite annoying. Let's take one more look around the place, see if there's any new clues that might have popped up. Welcome, Bellamy. Alright. Yeah. See any new or other different discrepancies? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, so let's, Lord of Blight. No. Speak to Cedric. That seems to be our next step. Alright, well, that'll be something for next time, because here's where I'm going to say thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. If you do, you know what to do. Otherwise, check out the links down below, and I shall see you all on the next one.